Evening, you lot. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Welcome. Hello. It's another Tuesday night gaming chat where we talk about the latest gaming news and reviews from the last 7 days or so. How are you? And yes, someone is going to comment on the fact that I've actually had a shave. I'm just waiting for that to appear in chat. So there you go. Need to make myself look all prim and proper for TwitchCon, especially if I'm speaking on stage. Got to look smart and not the usual hobo look that I go for. So there you go. I hope you're all well. Good to see you all. You're going to notice something very nice. Very nice, smart. See, I knew we'd get a comment. Thank you, Gozzo. Thank you, buddy. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing well. Danka, hello. Good evening. How are you? Jenny Sparkles, hello. How are you? Jesse, good evening. How are you? Mrs. Hello. How are you? Good to see you here. Who else we got here? Who have I not said hello? Kindred, good evening. Can we get a shout out for Kindred as well? Highlight the word shave. Yes, I had shave. Yes. Thank you. Manic, hello. But yeah, Kindred is our community member of the month. Do go give him a follow. Go check out his link there. I think I've said hello to a lot of people. There we go. You'll notice the chat is now there. See, I knew I'd get that wrong. Always bad with that. There you go. He looks... I'm not reading that out, Kindred. God damn it. I mean, it could have been worse. Notice something else too. Yes, you're possibly talking about the chat on the screen. I'm not reading that out. That is shocking. Ace McLeod, hello. Welcome. Good to see you. How are you doing? So after 2 years, I finally added a chat box. It got added last week, but it wasn't quite working. They've just added it to this software. So we were like, let's have a goosey ganders. They literally added it to the software. So I was like, why not? Shout out to community member of the month, Kindred, who has just been banned. Yes. Yeah, after that comment. Thanks, Kindred. Anyway, let's move on with the show before any more weird comments appear in chat like that. Obviously, I can't do the show by myself. Please welcome the man that's got a fountain of knowledge of gaming, the one and only co-host who knows the most. It's Mr. David Jones.
Hello. Good evening, mate. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Oh, too bad. Hello to the chat and hello to the chat box down there.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, new thing, isn't it? We'll see how it works. We'll give it a
new and fancy.
Yeah, I bring up the chat anyway, so we'll see whether it's that. Exclamation Dave. Everyone's trying to put it at the same time, so it's shouting Dave in the chat. There you go. How are you?
Oh, I'm good, thank you, mate. How about yourself? Looking nice and clean shaven there.
Nice and clean shaven, apparently. Yeah. So there, and also rocking a certain merch.
Ooh,
hint
stylish.
Later. Yes. There you go. Yeah, just getting geared up, ready for TwitchCon. So nice. My first time working one, so it's going to be interesting. So yeah. So if I don't come back, then it was nice knowing you all. Thank you, Twitch, for the opportunity. So there you go. There you go. Gozzo says, I think it's better with the chat box in there. Cool. Well, we'll see how it goes. Question, is anyone looking forward to the 6th of June? Xbox releases Zenless Zone Zero. Anybody excited for that?
If I'm honest, no, not remotely. The day before is the Switch 2 release, isn't it? So I should have that. And Mario Kart, I'm excited for that.
Same here. We'll be here. Switch 2, ready and going. I think it's highly likely we'll be playing that on the day of release as well. Mario Kart World release. So Timeless bought a Switch 2. I didn't. That's all I'm saying. Because it will be used for event purposes. Yeah. But there you go. Well, changes are good for something else next month, possibly. I won't see you at the con, but I will be in Rotterdam on the Saturday. So, well, I might see you then because I've been invited to go to a bar, which is an arcade, on the Saturday. So we might see you if you're around. You'll have to let me know. Message me, DM me. Well, I'm getting my Switch 2, but may have to sell it now. Oh, damn, Kindred. Okay. Yeah. Mario Kart. Well, hello, Troa. How you doing? There you go. So, Dave, what have you been playing? Let's move things swiftly along.
I've been playing a little bit of Call of Duty multiplayer. So having a blast on Sunday with my friend. We're playing, I think it's a gunfight mode where it's 2v2. That was quite cool. So pretty fast-paced matches. Not ones where you can try and wait each other out at the other side of the map. It pushes you. Yeah. So get in there and take out the team. So I was enjoying that. That was good fun. And then I've been carrying on with doing the Dark Ages as well. Got about 4 missions of the campaign left to go. I think I kind of just feel that it is going on a little bit too long.
Thank God you said that.
Story is just abysmal, quite honestly. I don't know who the people are, why I'm trying to save this woman in the cosmic zone. I don't know. It's a load of rubbish. And that's not really helping my patience with it.
Can I get this off my chest then? Obviously we reviewed, well, we didn't review it. We had Doom the Dark Ages. And at the time, when you did the stream of it, I was so hyped for it because I'm a massive Doom fan. And it got an 8.5 out of 10. And I said, I think it deserves higher. I've now played it through twice. I think it only, so I did one run through the game, and now I've going through the 100% of it. And I think it only deserves a 7 out of 10. And I think it's actually the out of the 3. It's still a good game, but it's not out. It reminds me of the Tomb Raider reboot. The first one was really good. Second one was the best one. I know you didn't like Doom Eternal, but for me, Doom Eternal was the best one. And then Shadow of the Tomb Raider was the weakest one. I actually think this is the weakest because the story is, as you say, pointless in it, but it gets really samey. And the fact that it's big open areas shooting monsters, and I don't think the game's a challenge, and it handholds you through everything, which is really annoying because Doom Eternal, if you fell, you die like the first game. If you have a map, you have to find the secrets. This gives you all the secrets straight off. If you fall long distances, you don't die, and it's very forgiving. And I didn't die once on the playthrough, and I'm like, this doesn't feel like a Doom game because it's not hardcore, and I'm actually really disappointed in it. It's still really good. It sounds mad. It's still a really good game. So what I'm saying is, do play it. But out of the 3 Doom, like this revamp, I actually think it's the weakest. And it's a shame because I was so hyped those first 5 levels, but then I realised that after those first 5 levels, it's the same thing for 22 levels.
Yeah, it does go on a fair bit, doesn't it? And that mission where you go inside that, what's it, the ancient god? It's just a bit shit because it's just another level, not really any different. Yet you're inside a massive, like godlike creature, but there's nothing interesting about that level at all.
Yeah,
so it's a bit of a shame. Maybe it's a bit more challenging on the higher difficulties. I don't know. I'm playing on the normal Hurt Me Plenty one.
Okay, yeah.
And as you say, not particularly challenging.
No.
I think I've died like a couple of times, but I've got enough of those life sigils that
there's loads of those though.
You just carry on. But I think that looks a bit funny because it kind of just pauses the game, doesn't it, and asks you, "Do you want to carry on?"
Yeah,
it's not just sort of a death screen or an animation or anything like that, or some way to bring you back to life. It just pauses and asks you a question.
I'm also going to say they've really dumbed down the glory kills, and that's pissed me off. The glory kills are terrible in this game. Like, if you like mindless violence and ripping demons' heads apart and chainsaw, there's nothing that you're just trying to shove them out of the way, and I was just like, Bethesda, you've done me wrong.
So I'm guessing it's not making your top 5 this year.
I don't think it's going to make my top 5 games of the year. It'll probably get in my top 10, but I don't think it's going to be in my top 5, which is a shame because I was so hyped for it, and now I'm so disappointed.
Yeah, I was expecting more. As you say, it kind of started well.
Yeah,
it gets me hyped, but then it's just the same. Brings in the same demons, the same parry moves you got to do. So, this one again.
Anyway, so there's still more games for the year. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. More. There we go. Anyway, right. Should we swiftly move on? We'll stop bashing a game that's actually all decent. Yeah. So our guest this evening. It's our second time on the show. She's bless her. She's probably absolutely exhausted after being dancing non-stop at MCM Comic Con in London, plus many other events. She's got lots of events she's going to be at, and our very own Timeless Gaming Convention. A wonderful content creator and streamer, and not only just dancer but cosplayer. Please welcome the fantastic Emzy Leigh.
Hi.
Hi. I like just a little cry. Hi.
Hi. I've had a lot of energy the past few days. I'm tired.
No, it's fine. We're going to let you off. You could just be there and just go.
Even the cat's napping. Like,
yeah, bless. A cat basically went, Mag's taking too long on the intro, so I'm going to have a nap. So
I don't blame it.
Okay. Can we get a shout out for Emzy, please? Do put we should be promoting your X, your Insta, and your Twitch channel. So go follow her on everything because she's awesome and we love her to bits on this channel. How are you?
I'm good. I'm actually very good. Just
Yeah.
very busy, but busy is good. I like to be busy and I
Yeah.
like to not be doing anything. And to be honest, I've mostly been either dancing or playing Expedition 33. So
That's a great game.
it's been a fantastic. I have technically finished the game, but I'm running around doing all the other bosses and stuff before I start my new game plus, which I'm absolutely going to start. And I've started making cosplays for it already. So it's taken up like half my life already.
Can
But
I
don't have
ask?
time.
Can I ask then, if you are going to do a cosplay, are you going to do one with the French with the baguette and everything?
No, I think I'm going to do the classic ones because there's so many baguette ones at MCM already.
Oh, was there?
And you know what was funny? Because like Expedition 33 hasn't quite necessarily gone mainstream.
Yeah.
You know, it's like getting there, but it's not quite there yet. So people thought people were just impersonating French people and trying to be offensive. I had two friends of mine who had done the cosplays, and I thought they looked great. And they were like, "We've got so many people saying we're insulting French people."
Wow!
And they had to try to explain what Expedition 33 was, which is quite the time in itself. Because if they want to play the game, you don't want to spoil it for them.
Yeah,
so it's like, how do you explain this?
That's great. I love that. Vive la France! Oh dear. Okay. So, for those who don't know you, we've just given you a shout out there, but we'll get a shout out for the channel. If I can have a standard shout out as well, please, in the chat. Please do tell everyone what you do on your channel, because you've kind of, I'm not saying you've moved away from Just Dance because Just Dance you're cool, but there's a couple of other things you've been playing.
I'm branching out a little bit. I'm branching out a little bit because I'm getting older and dancing every day hurts. Yeah, so basically I'm Emzy. I'm a Just Dancer, a body painter, and a cosplayer. I do body paints on my stream, and I have recently been starting to dabble into some other games. Because actually I got injured and couldn't dance, so I started my first playthrough of Elden Ring. I'm doing some Elden Ring cosplays and plan to do all the DLCs and all that jazz and Dark Souls and all that stuff. Because I thought I'd be really bad at it. Turns out I'm actually not that bad at it. I'm actually kind of good at it. Surprised myself.
So are you looking forward to the new Elden Ring, which we'll probably talk about on next week's show, actually?
I want to say yes, but I still haven't finished the first one. Because I've been away so much, I only get to play it like once a week. And I refuse to not stream it because honestly, I need chat's help.
It's like, where am I going?
Yeah, like I'm lost. Somebody tell me what direction to run in. There's only so much time I can spend running around in a circle before I need somebody to step in before I'll rage quit.
Now for that, taking you away from streaming, obviously you've become very popular at lots of events. Obviously I got to see you. Well, last time I saw you was at Comic-Con/EGX in London, which was October.
Yes.
You were doing your very own Just Dance stage, which was awesome, and loads of people joining in and having fun. And I even got up and had a bit of a dance as well, which was good. Which was good. But I enjoyed it secretly. I could dance secretly with our friend Big Fuzzy Yak. So you're at lots of events now because there's not obviously a lot of call for this, and there's a lot of events that we also help promote, and we were just talking about because one of them is obviously Format, so you're going to be at Format. They did advertise that and said that Just Dancers. I was sitting there going, I wonder if that's Emzy. I wonder if it's Emzy, and I didn't have.
It is me.
I didn't want to ask Simran outright, even though I've spoken to him like 15 times this week. But so you're at Format at the end of October for like the Halloween themed Format. What other events are you going to be at?
Well, we've just done MCM.
Yeah. We
are looking to be back at MCM and EGX, obviously with you guys. And I will be making an appearance at Paris Games Week if anybody goes there. Nice. That's just getting put in the works, but time will tell. It's going to be a very busy October. And there's a few local cons and stuff that I will hopefully be at, but I can't announce them yet because it's not 100% yet. But so hopefully some smaller events as well. But the thing you'll notice is there's going to be quite a few different formats going on of how it's done. So obviously for you guys, we generally do more of a contest style situation, but at Format, we're going to be doing a more pre-recorded show-like iteration.
So it's more like a
really interesting. yes, it's gonna be more like a stage show that people join in with, obviously, but is more a performance you take part in.
Okay, that's
So, and then obviously at MCM we kind of do more of the come and make a request and come dance with us.
and then come and
family friendly energy vibe. So it's going to be we're going to a lot of different events this year, which is pushing out a lot of what we're trying to do and create and do something different. But it'll be nice to see what kind of events we can fit into.
Yeah, Jesse, I know you're in chat. How long are you on for it for, Matt? Because I'm just gonna say I'm just gonna disappear from the time and stand at format and just come and watch the show now. So and have a bit of a dance. So Jesse, you're gonna have to cover for that hour or however long it is. So, there you go. We're at format. Cool. And how was MCM this weekend just gone in London?
It was good. Sometimes I argue that there's just not enough to get involved with. There's a lot to look at and a lot to enjoy, but maybe not so much to partake, which is always why I like taking Just Dance, because it's something people can actually partake in and not just view. But there was a lot of fun stuff, like Netflix had a booth for Winx Club, which was kind of fun.
Okay.
And they were giving out loads of Winx Club stuff and like showing off the new character designs, which was kind of interesting because I'd never seen Netflix do anything like that before, really. So I thought that was kind of interesting if they start doing more stuff like that. And obviously Bandai Namco had like booths for everything.
Right. Okay,
and that was kind of sick. They were like doing a competition for a Night Rain themed computer. And the computer was incredible. Whoever gets that, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
That'd crazy. It's a beastly looking thing and it's so cool.
It's amazing. Oh, okay. Big Fuzzy Panda. Oh my god.
Hello.
I know you. You're famous. Hello, Big Fuzzy Panda. Other half of Big Fuzzy Yak. How are you doing? How were your travels? Because you were away on holiday, weren't you, the other week? Hope you're well. I like that he's plugging Timeless for us. That's very kind of you.
Good.
Thank you. There you go. I'm famously lazy. Dave's famously knowledgeable. Emzy's Just Dance famous. That's how it works. He says I didn't. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I've had a shave. This has come up. Yeah, quite a few times. I didn't recognise your facial hair. I know. There you go. Anyway, he'll be back within a week. I'll be at TwitchCon and I'll just like face with a beard. A winning trio. Thank you, Jenny. That's very kind. So shall we crack on with the show?
Let's go for it.
Right, let's hit this button. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is our 218th show. I don't know how we've done this, Dave. I don't know how we've done it. It's
just gotten away from us, mate.
Yeah. This was a fun idea at first, and now it's become a thing. We have got 8 brand new games that have been out over the last week or so. We have got JDM Japanese Drift Master, Blades of Fire, which Emzy might like because it's very Souls-like ish, and the crazy shenanigans of Deliver at All Costs. Plus the latest gaming news for the last 7 days. And we'll chat. We're going to tell you how you can get shout outs in there. Plus, obviously, we're going to mention a certain thing called Timeless Gaming Convention, something like that. You know, there's a thing that's going on in August. We're going to talk about that for a little. So let's kick off with our first game. This came out Tuesday last week. It's on PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC. And here is the trailer for Roadcraft. There you go, folks. That was Roadcraft, which came out last Tuesday. I said on PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC. And if I'm not mistaken, this is by the same people that have done like Snow Runner and Mud Runner. Have I got that right, Dave?
Yeah, that's right, mate. So they've just got I think a brand new engine they've made for this game, just to improve all like the physics stuff they can do with it, improve the graphics. This one, it's got like one of those loose sort of stories to it, where you're sort of the CEO of a construction company. You come in after natural disasters happen, and on these maps, there's been something disastrous has happened, so you've got to use your various big pieces of machinery to clear the debris, rebuild all the infrastructure that's necessary on the maps. Looks quite cool. I've played a little bit of Mud Runner and Snow Runner. That were quite good fun. Trying to traverse those maps. So I think this is going to be more of the same. Just improve physics and a few more like objectives to do on the map, and lots of big fun vehicles to drive around and make use of.
Yeah,
looks like it's actually pretty good if you like the previous games in the series.
Yeah, I've never really played any of these, but they always look really fun. But I've just never got round to playing them. So maybe
I've dabbled for an hour or two and I've popped them on Game Pass. Oh, they're fun enough, but some people can get really drawn into and have a great time.
Yeah, no, they've always looked good. I think this is a series that's just going to keep growing, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Emzy, have you ever tried any of the ones in this series? Or
No. Is it meant to be like House Flipper, but like with vehicles? Is that basically where there's like a loose storyline and you're doing things, but like there's not necessarily the most intent or purpose to what you're doing. Okay.
Yeah, it's like they'll say, right, this thing has fallen off a truck and you've got to drive to there, and then you drive it and then get the crane and pick it up and then figure out how to.
It looks great for the people who would like that kind of thing. Like I know people who would be like, yes, that's great. Love the look of that. For me, I need more purpose in my games.
Yeah.
You can't leave me alone with vehicles.
Yeah. Get in this, go there, go out. Emzy's like, nope.
Why?
yeah. First day on the job. Why?
Can't tell me why I'm leaving.
Yeah. Okay. So sorry about that. Really fun. So we don't technically review the games, and anyone who's not seen the show before, you might wonder why people are checking numbers in chat. That's because we scour the internet for a ton of reviews, and I squish that down into an average score. You may agree with it, you may not, but if you guess it correctly, you will get a shout out in chat. And Dave and our guest don't know what the scores are. It's only me that knows the scores, so they get a chance to guess as well. So a couple of people are already putting scores in the chat. I'm going to bring this up. Love the joke. I am digging this game. I hope this picks up on camera. Well, that's not going to work. I wanted to do that, wah, 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 but I did like that. Manic 8. Danka says an 8. Gozzo says an 8. I can see a theme here. Kindred says an 8. Hey, we like them all. Flame says 7.5. Dave says 7.5. Miss Us. Am I right saying that correctly? Miss Us.
Mrs. V.
Mrs. V. I'm so terrible with names. Sorry, Mrs. V. It's right there in front of me. You think that's right?
No, but when you look at it for too long, it does start to blend together.
Yeah. Miss Sus. I was like, oh God, sorry, my apologies.
Not the first name you got wrong. Won't be the last, mate.
There'll probably be another 200 episodes of this, and I'll still get everyone's name wrong. Jenny says 8.5. Mrs. V. Thank you. My apologies for getting your name wrong. So evening, Gilfly. Good to see you, buddy. Dave, I'll start with you. What do you reckon this got? Average score?
I'm going to try an 8.
Going for an 8. Jenny says, I read it as Miss Suv.
Oh, okay. Miss SUV. Yeah, okay.
SUV,
I see what you
which is quite appropriate for this game, really. Yeah. Ace McLeod says 6.5. Don't worry, I get Mrs. V and my actual name if you know it. Well, don't tell me what your actual name is because I'll probably butcher that as well. So keep it safe. I'll start with one name at a time. I'll be fine. Mrs. V, I got that right now. There you go. Emzy, what do you reckon this got?
I'm going with a 7.5.
Going with a 7.5. Okay, folks. Chat, this is your last chance. This is Roadcraft. Came out Tuesday last week on PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC. Get your scores in while Dave says, Mag has done over 108 episodes of this show. He and I have done too soon to be there. What? He and I have done too soon to be free time. Oh, right. I God, am I just having a breakdown on stream? I can't.
No, I think there should be at least a comma in there.
Yeah,
here.
thank you.
There's not enough punctuation in here.
Yeah, I was going. Mag has done over 100 episodes of this show. He and I have done 2 soon-to-be 3 timelesses together, and he still gets Dave and my name wrong. Really? That was the payoff after me reading all that? Oh, because Jenny says because it's David. There you go. Anyway, I can tell you, yes, I know you did that on purpose, just to trip me up. I can tell you that some of you did get this right.
Ooh.
And surprisingly, some of you didn't. Because this got a 7.5 out of 10. So Emzy got the first one right. Congratulations.
Yay!
Shout out for Emzy. All the socials, everything for Emzy. Go follow her because she's amazing. But also in chat, we had Flame. Congratulations. Dave, I'll give you your shout out, Mr. Johnson, because you can't. It'd be not fair for you to do your own shout out. Oh, you've done your own shout out. Fine, I won't bother giving you a shout out. Fine. But yeah,
he's not waiting for you.
No shame there.
You'll only get it wrong.
Yeah. Dive Jason, I call him. I love me. I can tell, Dave. Thank you. There you go. Yeah, it's a 7.5. So congratulations to everyone who got that right. But yeah, decent enough game. Go check it out. Swiftly moving on to our second game. I know Gilfly will love this. This is a DLC to a much beloved and highly acclaimed game. This came out also last Tuesday on Switch, PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X, S, and Xbox One. And this is the DLC for Sea of Stars. And this is called Thrones of the Watchmaker. Let's have a look at this.
You dare enter Orlan? In this world, all dance to my command. Your powers will not work here. How about something more fitting? Tickets are free, but there's no getting off this ride. Is that all you got? I know your secrets. Will you let your darker traits consume you? Oh, you've learned some new tricks. I am the master of this realm, and my menagerie holds many surprises. But beware, unlike your very selves, the ovation will surely be standing. Malevolent spectacle awaits!
There you go. And before we even mention this game, thank you, Chaotic Neutral, for the wonderful raid of 13. Thank you so much. Evil Clansman, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Hi, I'm Mag. This is Tuesday Night Gaming Chat, where we talk about all the latest games, news, and reviews with my co-host, Dave, and our wonderful guest, the wonderful Emzy Leigh. I used wonderful twice there in a sentence. There you go. Because Chaotic says, hello, you wonderful beans. Thank you so much for that raid. Can we get a shout out for Chaotic, please, if you'd be so kind, and also a special shout out with a little heart. Please do go give some love to Chaotic. Chaotic also found out today that she got accepted as a content creator for Timeless. So congratulations.
Oh, congratulations.
There you go. There you go. So welcome on in. Thank you so much. You're very, very welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. My mod's disappeared. I might have to give you a shout out in a minute. I'll see. We might have pissed Dave off. I think he's done it. There you go. No, they're doing it. They're doing it. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Go click that heart. Go give Chaotic. She's a fabulous streamer. Was on this show just 2 weeks ago. So thank you so much for choosing to raid us. Greatly appreciate it. And again, Evil Clansman, thank you for that follow. Nothing new on a Tuesday then. No, it's the same. craziness that you expect on this show, but there you go. So for those who've just joined in the raid, we've just watched the trailer for the free DLC, which I didn't actually know this was free, so even more of a bargain, for Sea of Stars, Thrones of the Witchmaker, which came out last Tuesday. It's practically on everything. You could probably even play it on a fridge, but there you go. So Dave, tell us more about this free DLC.
Yeah, we should say it's free DLC. I think it's about 8 to 10 hours they've added onto the campaign, so it's a decent bit of content for nothing. Yeah, so good on them for just putting that out. This one, there's a new world to go and explore in the game. So your character's going to go into this new world where there's this dodgy carnival with this mysterious puppeteer who's running it, cause all sorts of trouble. So you've got to find a way to defeat her, and you'll be exploring this new world, learning various new powers, because your old skills apparently won't work here. You'll end up using sort of circus-themed powers. So it looks pretty decent. It's sort of SNES. It looks like the old sort of style Final Fantasy, like SNES style turn-based RPG, which I believe was pretty well liked by a lot of people when it originally came out. So yeah, more of the same. Yeah. So for the people who loved it, I'm sure they'll enjoy this because it looks really good.
So I know this. I never played this, but I know loads of people in our community who absolutely adored this game.
I heard loads of good things about it.
Yeah, and the fact that they've now put out a DLC which is free, I'm kind of like, they couldn't be nicer to their fan base if they tried. And it looks really good. Yeah.
That's what you get from the indie companies. If it was a AAA publisher, 50 quid.
Probably. DLC, that'll cost you. But not in this case. Not in this case. Emzy, what did you think to this trailer in this game? Have you ever tried Sea of Stars? Or
no, and I've never seen it before, but I want to play it now.
Yeah.
That looks so fun. And the designs are so cool. Like, considering the style that it's in, the designs are still really cool. For all the characters and the location designs are still really awesome. And there seems to just be like a lot of mechanic and a lot of like different things to do. And I imagine if this is a new area to what you had before, to give all that in a free DLC, slay.
Yeah.
Just slay. I want to go play now, and I've never played it.
There you go. You've got a new fan, Sea of Stars, right there.
I was like, I don't even know what's going on, but I'm in love with it. Whatever's happening here, like.
Okay, so for those who just joined in the raid, again, I'll just say, we don't review the games, but you can have a guess and guess the scores. And if you get it right, and you can have halves and whole numbers, you will get a shout out for your channel. So some people have already started putting numbers. I'm going to scroll back up because, hang on, I'm scrolling on the wrong things. That would help. 200 shows and I'm still don't know what I'm doing. Let's have a look. Where's the scores? Manic was the first one coming in. 8 out of 10 for this one. Danka says a 9. Gozzo's going 9. So people are going high with this. Get your scores in chat. Let me know. Gozzo says, Emzy, you've got to play the games with DLC. You will love these. Emzy now leaves to go play it quick. We need an emergency guest. Yeah.
I can't start another turn-based game till I finish Expedition 33.
yeah. It's going to go in the queue. Emzy's finally going to have a backlog of games at this rate. So there we go. Cho saying 7.5. Flame saying 8. Jesse says, I just need to pop out. We'll be back to help mod in about 20 minutes. Cool. Dave, you're in charge now. God help us all. 8.5 from Guildfly. It honestly looks like Glorious Chaos. What was the name of it? So it was called Sea of Stars. That's the main game. And the DLC is called Thrones of the Watchmaker. So that's look at. And it's free. So if you buy the main game, you're going to get this with it. So you go.
If it helps, I think Jet likes it. He's meowing at me. Did you like
it?
Good
taste, that cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good taste. There you go. 8.5 from Mrs. V. So got the name right. Kindred, 8.5. Dave says I was always in charge. Anyway, Emzy, I'll start with you. What do you reckon this got?
I'm gonna go with a 9.
Okay. Going with a 9, going high. There's a couple of people like it's getting good. Getting good scores from people. Going on. Dave.
I'm gonna go 8.5.
Going 8.5. Okay. All right. Any more guesses? Oh, Jenny says the 9 Brigade. Jenny's going with you, 9. Any more guesses? Chuck them in chat now, because this is Sea of Stars, Thrones of the Watchmaker, which came out last Tuesday. Absolutely free to play as well. It's on Switch, PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox One. And you can probably play it on a lawnmower. There you go. Who knows? Probably. Dave says 8.5. So Chaotic says the kitties really like the spotlight. Mittens 2 weeks ago. Jamie's from TGC. That's right. Yeah. So we had the gamer guide on the show
I love the
last
gamer
week,
guide.
and Chaotic had her cat on. So it's been a cat theme free episodes.
Jed just wants to be here because he was left alone for a few days without me, and now
Oh,
he thinks
bless.
I'm gonna leave, so he's guarding.
missing his mum.
I'm not allowed to go away again.
It's like, you're not going anywhere. That's Timeless cancelled. Well, the cat said you can't go.
I'll just have to bring him.
Yeah, we can do that.
You can supervise, can't you, Jed?
We had my chihuahuas at Timeless, like the first year we did it. So why can't we have some cats? You know,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah.
We can have a play date.
Yeah, why not? They'll probably, yeah, it's like, up for it. It's a wise cat.
Yeah.
So I could tell you that this game did very, very well because this did get a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10.
Doing well today.
Not on fire, Emzy.
Well
yes.
done.
2 for 2. 2 for 2. Can we get a shout out for Emzy? Please go follow her on all socials, everything, because she's awesome, and you can find out at what event she's going to be at. So if you like a bit of dancing, or you want to go just dance, or just go and support her, you can go see her live at all these wonderful events, not just in the UK, but further afield. So there you go. And let's see who else got it right. Let's have a look. Obviously, Jenny, congratulations, you got it right as well. Scrolling up, I think our resident high guessers got it right as well. They got their first one. Gozzo, you got it right. Danker, you got it right with a 9. Was there anybody else? If I've missed, I apologize, but I'm sure Mr. Johnson will correct me. I think that's everyone. But there you go. Congratulations for all you lovely people for getting it right. There you go. Let's move on to some gaming news. Thank you, Dave. And this is a bit of a controversial one because, you know, it kind of pissed some people off. So they were doing so well as well because Borderlands 4 obviously got announced last Christmas, and then we got to see extended gameplay literally just about, 5-6 weeks ago. And not everyone's hyped for it. We listed it in our top 50 games to look out for this year. Dave's not the biggest of Borderlands fans. I didn't quite like the last one, I'm not going to lie. But this one looks promising. But they might have just dumped on all their goodwill with this because while in a conversation, Gearbox CEO, Mr. Randy Pitchford, was quoted saying that if only true fans of Borderlands would be willing to pay $80 for a game, and if they can't afford it, they would find a way to pay for it. And this got a huge backlash. Now, we're not saying that Borderlands 4, I'm going to state this now, Borderlands 4 isn't necessarily going to be $80, but there's this whole thing that the new Mario Kart world is the most expensive Switch game ever. And everyone's going to say that GTA 6 is probably going to be like £1,000 now because every time it gets delayed, it goes up in price. But it is a bit nuts that games are getting more and more expensive. But the fact that he said you are a real fan kind of didn't really go down well. And it basically started getting a lot of replies on social media saying he's an elitist, basically saying, oh, you've got to have lots of money to play games. And then he kind of tried to defend himself and kind of did the thing that you should never do, where you go, well, back in my day, when I wanted to get a game on the Sega Genesis that was $80, I worked in the pouring rain for an ice cream company and I made it work and saved up all my pennies and got the game that I wanted, which got an even worse response, and basically saying that he was gaslighting people with this because, let's face it, sometimes you should just not do the whole, well, back in my day, because gaming fans of a certain age do not care about what happened in back in the day. And I'll be honest, when did the Sega Genesis game ever cost $80 when it came out?
There were some games that were expensive.
Yeah.
I think I remember paying a fortune for Street Fighter 2 and the SNES back then. I couldn't remember how much, but I remember paying quite a bit for that.
Quid, but
I think there were some games that were expensive, not all though.
if people don't know what a Super Nintendo is, don't worry. This was a console that came out when Dave and me were alive back in the 1940s. So don't worry. But there you go. Gozzo says, I'm a true I'm a true Borderlands fan here. I don't bloody care. I'm ready for the game out, and that's it. So Gozzo's going to buy it regardless. I think that's kind of what he was trying to go for, but he kind of worded it a bit wrong.
I also feel like what he was trying to say is you can save up and buy a game later. You don't necessarily have to buy right now. But the problem with that idea these days is, I'm not going to lie, I had to speedrun finishing Expedition 33 to not have it spoiled.
Yes.
So now we have this added thing of, yes, okay, realistically, yes, I used to save up for games. I didn't used to buy them flat out. And they, back then, you know, when I was playing like Wii games, it didn't cost that much, but I still have to save my money to buy them from a little cafe job. But nobody's going to spoil the game for me. Games like Borderlands and storylines and stuff can be really easily spoiled. If you're not buying it and playing it pretty swiftly, it's going to be ruined for you. So all this idea of, oh, you can just wait and pay £80 when you've got the $80 or pounds or whatever, I feel like you can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
You can't wait, because if you don't have it there and then, someone ruins it.
Yeah, you literally have to lock yourself in a room or go somewhere. I had to disappear for a couple of days so Doom wouldn't be spoiled for me. And then literally played it 4 days after it came out, and then was like, okay, I don't mind spoilers now. And then was massively disappointed with it. Oh, AstroTurf, thank you so much for the follow. AstroTurf says, I don't think amount of money dictates how much of a fan you are of a game. Agreed. I don't think it should matter.
But I also don't think money tells you how good a game is either.
True, because we've had some games that have cost a lot of money and they've been a bit pants.
Oh, yeah.
And then we've had some games that are literally like 12, 15 quid that we've talked about on the show. And they've been amazing. Been absolutely outstanding. Falco was saying, and hello, Falco, good evening as well. $80 for a Sega Genesis game. Yeah, apparently. I didn't think that, but Dave says apparently there was a thing. I don't even know what game he bought. I don't know. But anyway, it was, Dave Johnson says, Gozzo is part of the problem. Let's boo Gozzo or me. I think we should boo Dave, not Gozzo. So there you go. There you go. Welcome on in. Dave, your thoughts on this? He could have worded it better, I think.
I think it's one of those things, sometimes it's just better. Don't say anything at all. Do you need to open your mouth and put some crap on Twitter? No, you probably don't, because it's full of pointless noise anyway at the best of times. Yeah. Just don't. Or if you really feel you've got to, take a moment, reread what you're about to post, try and think how people might take it, because probably with text, there's no tone behind it. It could have meant it jokingly, might have gone down with and then crowd down the pub. But not when millions of people can look at your post and they just read it in the way that they're reading it.
Yeah.
These things always go wrong. I think Randy as well has always suffered from a bit of foot in mouth disease. He said many wrong things over the years. It's a bit of a PR nightmare.
He even announced something at the showcase that he wasn't supposed to announce, and all the employees in the background were going, no! I thought that was hilarious. So,
just delete your Twitter account and go and enjoy your money.
Dude, that's going to be me in like another 10 years. I'm bad for leaking stuff for like events and things. I'm terrible, and I get shouted out by management and stuff. But that is good. I'm going to be the new Randy Pitchford in about 10 years. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. There you go. I remember when games being 40 quid sometimes back then. True. But do you remember when Neo Geo games were a thing? Because they were like nearly like 100 quid or 150 quid. And that was back in the 90s, which is insane.
I always wanted a Neo Geo, but that was just too pricey way back when.
There you go, Gozzo. There are some games in the 90s, like some Sega games at 50, 60 quid. So that's probably what he was referring to. And if it's dollars, it probably was about $80 with the exchange rate there. I swear 20 years ago, they were like 30. Some games were. Ha, he means me. I yell at him for leaking stuff and just existing, really. Yeah. Both of those days. Except I didn't leak the location of Timeless, did I? A week before, Dave, did I? The one thing I didn't do. There you go, get my own back. It's all right, it doesn't matter. Everyone knows it's in Liverpool.
We know where he is now.
Yeah. No, Jesse did. No, he didn't. Behave. He didn't. Anyway, let's move on to some more games. So, something a bit different again. We are going to go all the way to Japan for a bit of drifting action. This came out last Wednesday on PC. Dave says, I regret nothing. Story of my life. No matter how much I got off the price, I still feel ripped off over Gotham Knights.
That was well expensive, wasn't it?
And it was very, very average. It was a very okay game. Yeah. It's a bit like Suicide Squad last year. That was like 50 quid and wasn't great.
You'd probably say Suicide Squad was worse than that. Gotham Knights looked bad.
Gotham Knights was better.
Was shit.
Yeah.
That's saying something though.
If you watch Games Master on YouTube, some games are high priced because some pop. I get it. But look, we don't know how much Borderlands 4 is. It was just a figure he put out there. If it is $80,
Maybe we shouldn't put a number because people are going to be more mad now. If it's not $80, they're going to go off again, aren't they?
Yeah, it's going to be like I don't think he can win either way, because if it is $80, people will kick off and go, "Oh, it's really expensive." And if it's not, they'll go, "Well, you said it was going to be $80, and now it's only $50. Well, that's not fair." And you're just like, you can't win, can you?
No.
Well, even if it is $80, you'll still be able to pay $100 plus for 3-day early access for the deluxe edition, I'm sure.
Oh, jeez, I forgot about that.
Yeah, the real fans will go for that one, won't they?
Oh, the real fans will pay 150 quid for early access.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, the gaming industry, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to what it's turned into in the 2020s. He's thrown himself in the deep end and trying to make a joke. Yes, but there you go. It's Randy being Randy. It is. Anyway, let's move on. Japanese Driftmaster came out last Wednesday on PC. Let's have a look at the trailer for this.
Welcome to Japan.
There you go. That is JDM, also known as Japanese Drift Master, which came out on PC last Wednesday. Dave, tell us a little bit more about this one.
Yes, this is trying to recapture some of the older sort of classic drifting games that we used to get back on like the PS2 360 era. This is adding it into an open world style game like the Forza Horizon games. And whilst it mainly focuses on drifting for the majority of its races, I think it has got some more standard racing that you can take part in if you want to. But it looks like a pretty nice open world. It's sort of giving you their nice sort of layout of Japan with lots of nice sort of tight roads, tight corners to start drifting around. Lots of different cars for you to pick as well, and then customize with your own sort of custom paint job and decals and stuff like that. Has got a bit of a campaign storyline, and it looks quite nice the way they've presented that as well, because it's done like a sort of black and white anime style comic book, which looks pretty cool. That looks very cool. I've seen like a few little gripes about a few things in it, like the AI apparently isn't that great at the moment, but this is one of those games that has got a bit of a roadmap. So whilst it is like a 1.0 release, there is a roadmap of like stuff that is going to come into it. So more modes are coming, so they're going to do more patches and stuff like that. So if you do jump in now, do just bear that in mind that there's more stuff to come. So yeah, you could jump in there. Might be worth just waiting a little bit for them to patch a few things, improve the AI and stuff like that. But I think it looks pretty good. I quite like a decent racing game. This one looks nice.
Yeah, I heard that compared to other games like Test Drive Sailor Crown, which came out last year, Forza Horizon 5, and some of the other racing games, it is one of the smaller maps. But then they said that works to its benefit because of like the area it's recreating.
You can put more detail and life into it. You don't have to stretch it out over a stupidly big map, because sometimes that's going to feel a bit empty and lifeless, can't they?
True. But it does look good, and hopefully it will get a console release if it does well further down the line. Emzy, fancy a bit of drifting around Japan?
I thought that looked really fun. Like, I'm not a big driving game person, but I do like the driving games at arcades, and it was giving that energy, but with the added anime to it. I was bopping along to the song.
Yeah.
The song was a bop, and if
Yeah.
all the songs are like that, sold. I'll just drive around. I wouldn't even race. I'll just drive around, listening to songs. Like, I'm not good at driving games, but that just, yeah. And I liked the map. The map looked really good. Like, and there's some places there that I recognize that have been like replicated really well. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it looked really, really good.
Yeah,
There you
I'm genuinely, I'm pleasantly surprised. I didn't think I'd be like, ooh, driving game, but I'm actually like, ooh. But it's like anime, so I guess it's an easy sell, isn't it?
Yeah,
The way that they've styled it and formatted it, it's very anime coded.
It's gonna sell well to people who love anime and stuff as well. They know what their target audience is for this, which is really cool. Or two target audiences, I should say, in this case. Right, folks, what do we think this got? Let's see some of the scores. Good evening, Fearless. Fearless said hello. Said hello, Mags, Dave, and Emzy. How you doing? Great to have you here, Fearless. Let's have a look at the scores. Manic's going in with a 9. First one. Danka says a 7. Jenny says 7.5. Mrs. V says an 8. Fearless says a 7.5. Kindred says a 7. Gozzo says a 7. Flame says a 7. Mrs. V says, I would just drive around as well, just to take in the scenery and listen to the music. Falco says, arcade games are still the best, I think. This is very arcadey style. 8.5 from Falco. Flame says a 7. Dank says, I've changed my score due to the mention of dodgy AI, going for 6.5. AstroTurf says, about an 8.5. I will let you pick one of them. I can't let you have both. So pick one of them two, and we'll go for that. This better not be a 7. Ems, good evening, Ems. Lovely to see you. 8. iQuail, I've only just here and missed the trailer, but I'll go for a 7. Hello, iQuail. Good to have you here. How was your holiday? Hope you had a good holiday. Ems says, evening all. Drawn Unicorn, I'm on the train, about to head home, but hi, in case I miss you all, when I get back to Jersey, all the way from the States. Hello, Drawn Unicycle. Hope you're well. Icarus says hi, everyone, by the way. Are you still on holiday or are you back from holiday? AstroTurf says, I'll go 8 for the lower AI option. Okay, Dave, let's go with you this time.
I'm going to go for 7.5.
7.5. Okay. Emzy?
I'm going to go a 7.
Go for 7.
To adapt the camera.
Icarus says, I'm still in Spain. We just walked back to the house. Oh, nice. And you're watching us? I said this last week. Why are you watching this show when you're all day? But I appreciate it. Thank you. Gilfly, 7.5. Hope you're having a wonderful holiday, Icarus. Right, last chance, folks. This is JDM Japanese Driftmaster, which came out last Wednesday on PC. And if there are no more guesses, I'm going to tell you that this is maybe one that you might want to wait a little bit of time for, because it's good, but needs a little bit more work because it gets a 6.5.
Oh, I think that's a bit harsh.
Yeah.
Some dodgy AI. Like, this is the problem with racing game fans, right? They're just so nitpicky about freaking the other races. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the experience. Like, I feel like the game's trying to give you an experience, but I feel like racing gamers get a little bit too into the racing part of it and not the experience. And that's probably why, which sucks, because I actually thought that looked really good.
Yeah. I think it looks really good. And again,
I don't care about the dodgy AI.
I kind of like, we said about this. Look, you might agree with the scores, you might not. But half the time when we get scores, there's games that we are like, they deserve better scores. And I think this looks better. If I get a chance to play this, I want to play it. Yeah.
And it's got its roadmaps. They've got improvements coming. So maybe check in on it in like a couple of months' time. When
you might find it's like an 8 by the time. Like,
see what the Steam user score is looking like. See if it's gone up higher.
Remember, this is the critics score, not the actual user reviews. So I don't know if anyone wants to see what the user reviews are. Let us know, because sometimes user reviews are better. So if anyone wants to have a quick look on Metacritic or something,
somebody go look.
Yeah, go do some research. Go chat. Go do some research for us, please. We'll greatly appreciate it. Let us know what the score is. For what's better, the critics or the user? For the user, please, Manic. Let me know. We've got hang on. Iquail's saying we've got a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old, so it's more like parenting abroad. By the time the kids have gone to bed, I need something that requires little thought. Oh, thanks. You're watching this.
It's nice with dumbed down content, isn't it? We'll dumb it down for you.
I used to like Ian. Those were the days. But thanks for that. Like, well. Anyway, so there you go. 6.5. I love my community. You're such wonderful people. Let's move on to our next game. I do actually. It's a 7.
That feels more correct.
7.4. There you go.
That feels more like correct.
Thank you, Danka. Thank you, AstroTurf. 7.4. 7.4. There you go. See,
what's good?
Bringing the tone back. Son of Mag. I can use that quote in my marketing if you like. I might just give that a hard pass. No offense. To be honest, he should have lost his mod status for that. He's not going to lose his mod status. Don't worry. Gotta love holidays with kids. Even more exhausting than when you're at home. True. I don't know why I say true. I ain't got kids. I'm just kind of agreeing. Yeah, true. As if I know. 7.5 ish if you round it up. So that's a better score. You go with the people that are playing it, enjoying it. There you go. Right, on to our next game. Something that I think Emzy will appreciate. And I can actually confirm that I will be playing in a future stream in June because 505 Games have very kindly sent me a copy. This came out last Thursday on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. And this is Souls-like Blades of Fire. Let's play the trailer for this. And it's a bit of a long trailer. Just warning you. So if you want to go make a cup of tea and that, you got 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Off your pop.
There are wounds that time will never mend, and betrayals that no scar can hide. There are bonds that can never be broken, and fates from which none return. Today marks the beginning of the end. The triumph of darkness. The death of hope. But that will not be our fate. Because we are born of iron and fire. Our will is tempered like steel. We forge our own legend.
Seriously, under a tile.
Yes. Abbot Doran said the best place to hide something is the most obvious place.
Or just bless the old man.
I can't! It's blocked. You know I loosened it for you.
There you go. Probably the best joke in the game, possibly.
It just kept going then, didn't it, that trailer?
I did say it was like,
Yeah.
there you go. Jenny says, where is LeBraze? She'd enjoy this. Oh, I don't think she's here tonight. I haven't seen her. I haven't seen her in chat, but yeah, she would enjoy this. But yes, a very long trailer. So Cat is 10 out of 10. The trailer was meh. Okay. So Falco had a question saying, is it an open world like World of Warcraft? I'm going to turn to Dave because I think this is more Souls-like, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, I think it's more Souls-like. I think it's got decent sized levels with like room to explore a bit and find secrets, but it's not fully open world or anything like that.
Yeah.
It looks decent enough. It's another third-person action-adventure game, Souls-like. In this particular one, there's an evil queen that your character is trying to assassinate. She's cast some sort of spell across the land so that all her enemies' steel-based weapons just turn to like brittle stone. So they've got no armaments to try to fight back with. But your character, luckily, has a magic hammer that can still create steel weaponry. And that's kind of like one of the game's sort of main hooks. As well as it's got the standard sort of Souls-like stuff with like sort of the bonfire type checkpoints you can get to and your enemy respawning, and you have to get back to things that you dropped when you died if you want to reuse them. It's one of its sort of unique hooks is you do get to craft your own weapons because there's durability on the weapons.
Yeah.
But it's not like the weapons aren't completely set in how you craft them. You will go and collect various resources in the game world. Then you'll bring the resources together to try and make these weapons, and you can mix and match things, mix and match ingredients and runes and stuff like that to make swords, spears, hammers, various things like that. So you are kind of crafting your own weapons how you want. It looks like it's got quite a fun mini game for actually like hammering the forge. That looks quite cool. So you'll make these weapons, and depending on the resources you use in the crafting, the weapon will be like say a 1-star, it's like a 5-star, and the stronger it is, the more times you can repair it in combat before it fully breaks. So I think for people who don't like durability on weapons, this might be a bit annoying if you create something you really like and it breaks and you've got to go and get all the same resources to make the same thing again. That could be a little bit annoying. But at least you can repair them a number of times, so it's not like it's going to do it as quick as say like the Zelda games did, because a lot of people didn't like the durability in the recent Zelda games. But I think this looks pretty decent. Looks like your sort of standard Souls-like with a nice little twist on weapon crafting. Might well be fun.
No, it looks all right. I'm not big on Souls-like games because, like Emzy, like I kind of suck on them. The only one that I was quite good at was like Lies of P. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was great. I'm looking forward to that new DLC that's coming out for that. But I have been sent a copy of this, and I'm going to give it a fair shout. I first heard about this back in February, so it kind of piqued my interest because I thought, it's doing something a bit different where you make the weapons. So I want to give it a fair shout. I might be terrible at it, so in advance, I don't know when we're doing the stream next month, but in advance, I apologise that I'm probably going to play this very, very poorly. So there you go. Emzy, now seeing as that you've now got into Elden Ring and Souls games, would this pique your interest?
Possibly. I think I need to see, for a very long trailer, I didn't feel like there was enough gameplay shown. Yeah. I felt like I saw like the same sort of very similar thing happening just on repeat and a lot of cutscene, and I'd want to see more what they actually want me to do what I'm doing. Like if Dave hadn't explained the game, that trailer would have given me absolutely no indication of what I'm actually trying to do. Unfortunately, which might let it down, I think. Like I think I'd want to see more before I went, I'm going to pick that up, you know?
No,
just to see how the mechanic works and stuff. Because I think that makes a difference, isn't it? Like you say, like you like Lies of P, I Elden Ring, but I wouldn't like Lies because they're although they're all Souls-like, there's different mechanics. They said, like you're saying about the durability and stuff, and they didn't really show any of that for me to be like, oh yes, that's my kind of Souls-like, or oh no, it's not. Because it was a lot of cutscene and not a lot of showing me what I'm actually doing. Like fighting's great and everything, but I want to see the bits that go into it a bit more.
What's the point of the quest? What am I trying to achieve?
Especially when the trailer's so long.
I think what they should have achieved is a shorter trailer. But there you go. All right, folks. We've got some scores in already. And again, if you've just joined us, we don't review the games. We just guess what the average score is from critics. So Manic's first one in through the gate again, 7.5 for this one. Danka, 7.5. Gozzo, 7.5. Falco says 7. iQuail says, this looks kind of cool, but also a bit B tier at the same time. 7.5 maybe. Mrs. V, 7.5. This seems to be a Flame, 7. AstroTurf, it looks like a game I'd be interested in, but try and play and lose the interest. I'd give it 7.5. Jenny says, 8 for the Magic Hammer. 7. Gilfly, 7. Emzy, your turn first to go first. What do you
I think I'm going to go 7.
Going for a 7. Okay. Dave?
I'll try 7.5.
7.5. Okay. Kindred also going for 7.5. Folks, this is your last chance. This is Blades of Fire. Oh, I did that. Came out on last Thursday on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Dave Johnson going for a 7. And I can tell you that this got exactly the same as the last game, 6.5.
Oh dear.
Reviews seem to be saying it's an okay game, but for a Souls-like, it's quite short because it's about 15 hours. It has probably got one of the most dullest stories in a game. And that really lets it down. And they said it's a really underwhelming ending.
Oh, that's such a shame considering the amount of cutscene as well that they showed.
I know, because that cutscene, I was like, that's quite
bad.
Yeah. And they said that the way they've done it, you like that character from that scene, you think, oh, they've known each other a long time. And the way they interact, but there's like lots of moments that are like that, but they literally meet at the start of the game. And you're like, it doesn't feel like any of the connections are genuine. So that and a few other things. And they did say the mechanic, how you build the weapons is not properly explained in the game. So you have to kind of guess it. But then once you figure it out, then you can get some really good weapons. But if you don't know what you're doing, you're always going to get shortchanged by it. So, yeah, a 6.5. But we will find out next month whether it deserves that 6.5 or not when I give it a go and probably play it really badly. So there you go. So, folks, for those who don't know, for some reason, I decided nearly 4 years ago to run a gaming convention. Lord knows why, with the wonderful people that we have running it. And this year, hopefully, is going to be our biggest one we have ever done. And we've moved to a new city because, ladies and gentlemen, I am talking about Timeless Gaming Convention. And if you don't know what it is, there's a link right there. And there's this trailer thing, which I'm going to play. Have a look at this. Hi, I'm Middle-Aged Gamer Guy, and I'm very excited to announce that Timeless 2025 is coming to Liverpool here at the Cairns Brewery. There you go, folks. So that is Timeless Gaming Convention on the 13th of August. Plus, we have got our special VIP night on the 12th, where we have got the wonderful Jason Bradbury returning, who's going to do being a live Q&A. Plus, you can get me all our special guests if you are a VIP ticket holder or one of our wonderful selected content creators. And there's a couple in chat right now. So get your tickets now. Loads going on. Emzy is going to be there with her panel of wonderful Just Dance judges. Do you want to just tell a few people what they can expect in the competition if they've never done a Just Dance competition before?
Oh gosh. If you've never done Just Dance competition, basically come along. I pick the songs. You don't get to pick because it's a competition. I will yell out what the song is beforehand because I'm not that mean. And you can decide whether you're ready to get up for that song. There'll be however many opportunities to enter depending on how many people there are. And then we'll take you through to a final if you're good enough.
Yeah.
And we don't judge based on score because scoring in Just Dance is bad.
Yeah.
Don't tell them I said that.
That bit edited. This is not going out live. That'll be removed.
It's all right. I already told them all the time. It's fine.
Okay. Ubisoft approved. There you go. Dave's like clipping this. Boom. Hashtag Ubisoft. So Emzy and her panel of judges will be on the challenge stage. Which is like one of the first rooms that you walk into for this year's Timeless. And then there will be the grand finale, the final, like before. I just haven't decided which stage that's going to be on yet, but we're going to figure that bit out.
That's for you to figure out. You just tell
me. I'll do the logistics. You do all the amazing hosting. That's fine. We'll get all done. And for those who don't know, and Jesse has just sent me a text, so I'm going to show you this because this has literally gone live on TikTok, Facebook, and Insta, and goes live on Twitter/X tomorrow and possibly Blue Sky as well. If I can do this and do very clever, let's show this. Look, there's Emzy. This is just gone live at the video, and let's see if it works.
Hi, I'm Emzy, a Just Dancer and cosplayer on Twitch, Instagram, and all those other cool places. I'm excited to say that I will be back at Timeless Gaming Convention hosting another Just Dance tournament. If you took part last time, I hope you had a good time and you'll think about coming back. If you didn't, I hope you'll come along this time. It'll be in the 13th of August, so you have plenty of time to practice. It's taking place in Liverpool, and I will also be there in cosplay. So if you would like to come along in a Just Dance cosplay, I'd also love to see that too. I can't wait to hang out with you all in the summer.
There you go. So that's literally just gone live now. So even more reasons to get tickets. So go get your tickets. But Emzy will be there.
I'm pretty cool. You should come.
You're cooler than me.
I mean, my young niece thinks I'm really not cool. So
how can you not be cool with what you do? That's just like
she doesn't think I'm cool.
What did they?
I'm not Peppa Pig.
That's
you know.
Yeah.
I get the same from my daughter
these days.
Yeah, Peppa Pig and things and TikTok. But there you go. There you go. Timeless Gaming Convention. Get your tickets. We can tell you now that over 25% of the overall tickets have gone. So already like 25% are sold. And there's literally, I think, 30 VIP tickets left. If I've got that right, I think only 30 VIP tickets left. So if you want to get your VIP, you're going to have to act fast because they have been selling quicker than they've ever done any year. But it's going to be great. And hopefully we'll be announcing our final 2 panels, or possibly 3 panels, depending on what happens. Got to keep that shut because I'll get in trouble again if I announce that. So I'm going to giving away something. That hopefully will be announced in the next couple of weeks. Plus, we're going to start announcing all our exhibitors and partners, and also a lot of the gaming challenges and stuff, just like the Just Dance Challenge on Challenge Stage. There's lots of other games that you can take part. And for the first time ever, not just on the challenge stage, but there are going to be challenges taking place in the arcade as well. So there you go. Emzy and OG Dave are the coolest. So there you go. They're going to be the 2 coolest people at Timeless. So there you go. Dave said, "Did you know Timeless is in Liverpool this year?" Take that, Mag. Thanks, Dave. Anyway, enough about that Timeless thing. But do get your tickets because it's going to be awesome. Let's move on to our next game. Michael, thank you so much for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. This is something I never thought I would say. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles turn-based strategy game. Never thought this would happen in a million years, but it has happened, and it came out last Thursday on PC. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tactical Takedown. See what they did there? Let's have a look at the trailer, and you'll be happy to know this one's not 3 minutes.
Sorry, I just saw the cover selected and I'm just thinking the exact same thing and I couldn't help but laugh.
So, Davey's speaking for himself and Emzy when he says, this looks bloody awful. Not going to lie. Look, we had 60. Look, I'm going to say this. We had actually more than 20 games to pick from this week. Whereas last week, it was weird. We had 7 and that was it. The 20 games. 4 got no reviews. 1's been delayed by a couple of weeks, so we couldn't talk about them. So you had a thing of 16. I'm not blaming Dave, but Dave did pick 6 out of the 8, and this was one of the ones he picked. So, Dave, it's your fault.
You might be there's worse stuff.
Yeah, true, possibly. But tell us about this game that we might or may not blame you for.
Yeah, this is a turn-based strategy game. This is, I think, set a bit further along the sort of Turtles timeline, where they're sort of approaching adulthood, and both Splinter and Shredder have passed away in this particular timeline. Foot Clan are still around with a new leader. You've got to try and take them down. The way this is sort of done is you're not sort of controlling all 4 turtles in one of the in the levels. By the look of it, it looks like they're sort of split out. So you've got, I think, little mini campaigns for each turtle to try and like sort of showcase their sort of skills and the tactics you can use for them. Graphics wise, I can't say I'm not taken with it either. I know what it's going for. It's trying to look like a little tabletop game, the way it's designed the characters. It looks like they're on little stands. It looks all right. There's nothing that remarkable, but I've heard decent things about the way the combat works, or the strategy works. That side of it is meant to be pretty decent. So if you're into your turn-based stuff, might be worth a look. Okay.
All right. Emzy, clearly not enthralled by this. Open your comment.
It looks awful. I'm sad to say that I think it actually would be more interesting if you did play all 4 turtles.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And there was more going on. Like, I was like looking at it, and one of the things that made it feel lame to me was that there's only 1 turtle.
Yeah.
It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Why am I playing 1 turtle? And especially when it's turn-based and strategy-based, why do I only have 1?
Yeah.
Where in a turn-based game you have 1 character, right? Like, you normally playing...
You have multiple characters. You can sometimes have multiple characters in those type of games, yeah.
Yeah, some of them, yeah. I think they're just going for like smaller little levels in this one, so it probably makes sense in that regard, just to put 1 in. Yeah, and just to use their powers.
And then it's weird that, didn't it just say it was on Steam? It's not on like Switch or anything.
It's literally only on PC at the moment.
See, if you told me that was a game for Switch, I'd probably feel a bit differently about it. But see, it was. I was like, I want to play that on my PC.
Yeah. Can't even play this one on
handheld console, absolutely.
Yeah.
My phone, absolutely.
Yeah, but yeah. There you go. Turn-based works on the team as a board game, but not a computer game. Yeah, this would probably make a board game. It's as a basic budget title. It does what it says on the tin. Dave says, I love my turn-based stuff and RPGs, but it looks like complete arse. Thank you. AstroTurf, to be fair, it looks very Switch built.
It does. It looks like a Switch game.
Yeah, it's not on the Switch. Explain why. There you go. Let's have a look at some of the scores we've been getting. Danka says 7.5. Gozzo says 7.5. AstroTurf says 7. Manic says 7. Manic went in a bit higher at the start and then looked at it. Chaotic says a 7. iCross says 7.5. So it's all very sort of around that thing. Dave Johnson says 5. Dave Johnson says 5.
Dave, I was thinking the same again. Dave, why are you in my head? Get out.
This is like weird Inception.
It's actually freaking me out now, Dave.
God. Dave and Emzy are not allowed to be in the same rooms at times. Because some weird shit's going to happen, clearly. Oh, I know what's going to happen. Because Emzy says you don't get to pick what songs you're going to dance to. I should be about to announce it, and Dave Johnson will go, no, and suddenly shout out the name of the song. Just like that. Yeah, it's going to be weird. If that actually happens, someone can buy me a pint.
I will laugh.
And I will sit at the bar and watch the chaos unfold. Flame is saying a 7. Mrs. V says, since it's only PC, 5.5. M, 6.5. Kindred, 7. Dave says, Emzy, you should be ashamed for some of the stuff up here. Dave, I'll start with you.
I'll try a 7 for this one, mate.
Yeah, 7. In her head. Yeah, we figured that's what you meant. Then don't put it in. A 7 from Dave. Emzy, what you're probably saying.
I'm staying on the 5 train. I just can't believe people think it's better than that.
Oh no. Positive reviews on Steam. The campaign can be done under 5 hours.
Lame.
That's a short game. Did I understand? I knew what you were on about, Dave. Behave. Jesus Christ. New vacancies for manager after Timeless. Time Vortex will open to the day Dave revealed the location of Timeless, and an Android version of Dave will take over. I regret nothing. Also, I quit. Under 5 hours is so boring. Changing my vote to a 6 after hearing how short it is. Okay. So. I forgot what I was doing. Let's the scores.
I thought the stream crashed there when you paused.
Yeah, my error, PC error. We've just had a raid. So, Odie, thank you so much for the raid. Miss Odiax, one of our wonderful cosplayers from Timeless. Thank you so much. The little Goffy Saint, hello. Welcome on in. Can we get a shout out for Odie and get a special shout out? Do my little dance to the music. There you go. Thank you so much. Under 5 hours makes it sound like a speed run and nothing else. There you go. Go follow the wonderful Ms. Odiax. Also, another one of our content creators who is helping to promote Timeless. Thank you so much. Go give her a follow because she's awesome. For those who just joined us, hi, welcome. I'm Mags. This is Dave. This is our wonderful guest, Emzy Leigh. And we are talking about some game that really should probably be a tabletop game, which is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game on PC. So there you go. Odie's like, oh, shucks. No, there you go. You're good. We'll look after you. 20 levels divided into characters, so probably 5 levels of turtle. Emzy, for the record, if you turn the power off and on again, your router should work. I'll get out of your brain now. This is just going to get weirder, isn't it? Okay, last chance. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tactical Takedown, which came out last Thursday on PC. Any more scores? And for those who just joined us, Ray, chuck a random score in the chat. If you get it right, you might get a shout out. And I can tell you that this, Odie says a 9. This got a 7 out of 10.
No.
So better than the last 2 games.
I'm rioting. That's better than the driving game. Nah.
Yeah, I know.
Nah. Now, if it was on mobile, if it was on mobile or something, right? Yeah. If it was literally on a smaller console for like a more leisure experience, but I'm not booting up my PC for 5 hours of that.
No, I know.
But if I was like needing to amuse myself on my phone or on my Switch, yeah, I'd give it. It probably would be a 7, but on PC,
I know. A shame that's it's that high. Yeah. Mrs. V said, "What the actual fuck?" AstroTurf says, "That's better than JDM. Get out of my face." Manic got one right. Congratulations, Manic. Well done. So all of you said
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle gets a bit too much hype and like survives off of it a little bit. Like it always seems to do well because it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
There was another one that came out last year because there were 2 Turtles games come out last year. One was quite good and one was really bad. but the bad one still got, and it was only like 4 levels, and it still got really good reviews. And I was like, because I was talking to our friend, again, a friend of Timeless, Paul Monahan from Pixel Addict magazine, and he had to review it, and he's like, everyone's giving it good scores. And I thought this was like a 2 out of 10. And he was like, am I going to get chastised for giving it a low score? There you go.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles playing. Who are they paying?
Yeah,
who are they bribing?
They ain't paying the people I know that are reviewing it. I'll tell you that. Games Guru, good evening. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Wait, Manic got an 8, not a 7. No, but he said he changed his score to 7 after he heard about the campaign. So Manic did get it right. I did get it right. Emzy's got a shout out anyway because she's basically just...
I'm just right.
Just right. Yeah, there you go. Because reasons. There you go. There you go. But anyway, everyone who got it right, 7. I'll stick with the Shredder's Revenge. Yes, Shredder's Revenge was excellent.
Good game.
Well done to everyone. I think that was in my top 5 games when that came out. And do you know what? Goffy Saint did come in the raid and didn't see the thing. So give Goffy Saint a shout out, even though they put the score after we said it. But I'm going to be lenient for once because Goffy Saint came in Miss ODX raid. So there you go. Let's move on to something a little bit more chaotic. A game that I got to try out at New Game Plus in London back at the start of April. That feels like months ago. It's insane. This came out on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. And this is pretty serious because you have to deliver at all costs.
Come on, don't do this to me. Yes! Damn it, courier. Oh, not again.
That insufferable fool just in time is our biggest competitor. Oh boy, here we go.
Ah, Winston, amigo. I was lost in the beauty of this maravilloso océano, you know?
Oh my god!
If this is how you handle transport, then I'm not giving you $1!
You're nuts.
This sombrero grande, it attracts much attention and leads me to many unexpected places.
What's this? Well, that's a first. What the? Are you a boot short, Norman?
I see everything.
What the? You!
Call the cops!
This is Deliver at All Costs. How may I direct your call?
PlayStation. There you go, Deliver at all costs. And I've just been told by Kindred and Danka that you can get this free up until 4 o'clock UK time on the Epic's Game Store. So if you've got Epic Game Store, claim it now because it's free, which is really good. I actually really enjoyed this when I played this. I only got to play like 15 minutes or so because I was enjoying it so much they kicked me off the machine because I'm like, oh, this is the full game, not the demo. I was like, oh, sorry. Sorry. But yeah, it was great fun. I had to do a delivery of fireworks. So as I was driving around, you can imagine the fireworks were exploding off everywhere. It was one of the first missions, so it's not too much spoilers, but when you deliver it, you accidentally drop it off. And instead of them going off, it's like when you see on those YouTube videos where everything goes wrong, they're like, oh, we're going to set off all the firework display. And they all go off at the same time and it causes chaos. It was really, really good. Looks fairly interesting, says AstroTurf. This looks hilarious, said Mrs. V. Manic, did Manic get their shout out? Yes, Manic did get their shout out. So there you go. Dave, tell us a little bit more about this game, please.
Yeah, so I think I played about an hour-ish of this because I picked it up on the Epic Game Store last week and I saw it off up there for free. And yeah, it seems pretty good so far. It's just your character's a little sort of down on his luck, sort of courier. He gets a job at this new little delivery place in town and yes, gets given loads of like silly little deliveries to go and do. Like you mentioned that fireworks one that's quite early on. I did one after that where you got to cut around a load of melons that just loosen the back of your truck. So if you're going fast and whipping around corners, they're just going to go flying out the rear of the truck. You're going to end up failing the mission, so you got to sort of drive carefully. It's going to like send you over like bumps and stuff like that, try and knock all these melons out. But that's quite a fun one. I managed to get past that. But then we saw the ones in the trailer where you've got a statue in the back. And you've got to drive fast because there's birds flying behind you waiting to crap on the statue. The missions waiting to go slow, so wanting to go nice and fast. But the one thing that's really quite cool about the world is, it's all sort of physically based. So everything is destructible, as I say in the trailer. So, if you don't want to drive on the roads, don't have to. Just, as the crow flies through houses, sheds, fences, hotels, just go straight through them all. It don't matter. They ain't going to stop you. You're not going to slow down. You just plow on through and you'll see them collapse behind you. So it's a pretty fun little game, actually. Yeah. You can also get out of the car, which that doesn't feel quite as good, the on-foot stuff. You definitely want to be in the car, for the majority of it. That does seem pretty good. And it's quite a nice sort of 1950s Americana style sort of town that they've created in there. So I'm going to play a little bit more of it because it seemed pretty good fun to me.
Yeah. Okay. Emzy, would you play this carnage?
I think I would, As soon as I saw that you could run over the people, I was like, deal.
That's what sold it.
The best part about playing GTA was running over the people in an ambulance. So why not? I like the fact that everything can be destructible. As like, I think that's super fun. I don't think enough games do stuff like that. And I just think it looks really goofy and silly. Like if you're just having one of those days, it seems like the perfect game. Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed my time with this, and I'm gonna have to download this before I clear off on Thursday morning, so I'll make sure I've got it, because that way I'm very tempted to stream this. This looks like Emzy is scaring me now, says Dave. Does that mean you weren't thinking that?
You don't know people with ambulances in GTA?
Nino, splat. Yeah. It very much looks like it appeals to the people who love GTA cars and run off the road to hit everybody. Yes. Mindless violence, here we come. Oh, Dave says, I used a fire engine. That brain link's not working anymore, is it? So, let's have a look. Let's have a look at scores. Malik's like 7.5. Let's have a look. Danker 7. iQuail 8. Gozo 7. Mrs. V 7. Games Guru 7.5. Dave Johnson 7.5. Goffy Saint 8. Miss Odiax 6. Michael 6.5. Anybody else? Jenny 7. Flame 7. Get your scores in now, chat, if you want to win a shout out in the chat. Emzy, what do you reckon?
I'm going to risk it for a biscuit. I'm going to go with an 8. I just think it gives you what it says on the tin, so I think it might have done quite well.
Okay, going for an 8. Kindred also going for a 7. Lots of people saying 7, interestingly enough. Dave, what say you?
I'll try 7.5.
7.5. Okay, and Ems also says 7.5. Last chance, folks. This is Deliver at All Costs, which came out last Thursday on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and is free on the Epic's Game Store until, was it 3:59? That's a very precise time, isn't it? 3:59 in the afternoon. So there you go. I'm going to try and download that straight after this show. So there you go. So there you go. Dave Johnson, we're probably going to put this into the schedule for next month. Whatever other big name game that was being sent my way, we could tell them to shove it until July. So let's do it. Making a note. Thank you, Dave. As there's no more guesses, I can tell you that this is another one that's probably going to rile people up the wrong way, because
all right, that low.
It's got a 6.
Surprising.
So the reviewers are saying it starts out as great fun, but after like the tech, because it's about a 10-hour campaign, it gets again very samey and quite boring. And because there's no consequences to what you do and your damage, and even the police AI are a bit crap, like you can literally hide around the side of a building and they lose you. There's no real bad consequences. And they did say, yes, Miss Odie, actually you won. You were the only person who got it right. So can we get a shout out for Odie? Congratulations. Thank you. There are some very good standout missions, but then there's a lot of filler that's not as interesting. But you want a cookie as well. Can I have a Kit Kat? Is that any good? Other biscuit brands are available. Just to cover my back. There you go. They've been really tight this week. I know, yeah. So I don't know. I'll play this and we'll figure it out. But apparently they were saying it's okay. Like Dave said, the walking around bits, not so great. And again, with this one, just like Blaze of Fury, story starts well, ends really badly. And then when you think about the whole story, it makes no sense whatsoever, apparently. There you go. Some angles in the trailer make it look like a mobile game.
Yeah, I'd agree. Again, it does look like a game that would be better on a more portable.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? Given the details and reviews, it feels like a fairer score, but still, I'd go a little higher. I'd probably say a 7 or something. But we will play it and we will find out. So there you go. Let's move on. This week's been a controversial one. All the scores, like people are like, ooh, no. Anyway, so next week, Nintendo Switch 2 arrives for a lot of people if you've been lucky enough to get one. And everyone's looking forward to the new Mario Kart world. But one question that is on everybody's lips is nothing to do with the Switch 2 or Mario Kart. It's why for the game that comes out next after that in July, and they're like, why does Donkey Kong look different? And that has apparently been a big question on social media, allegedly. They basically stated, why does Donkey Kong look so different from his iconic character that we've seen for all the years of the game? And one of the execs for Nintendo basically has kind of said, well, actually, we started changing Donkey Kong a little bit earlier than you might have realized, because he was actually redesigned for the Mario movie that came out. That'll be 2 years ago in the summer that came out. So he looks a little bit different from that. They've then taken that model and put that model in the Mario Kart World game. And then we're going to see him in his own game in July. Now, as Danka said, it's the original art style. Yes. So what they basically said is they had an original art style. And then obviously Rare, who are now known for Sea of Thieves, when they used to do all the Nintendo stuff, did a different style of art, which worked with the game. And that was from Kev Bayliss, who's been one of our panelists at Timeless, the wonderful Kev Bayliss. And he designed all the artwork. So for many years, they ran with that. But now they feel they've got to a point where in the games that they can make Donkey Kong a lot more expressive and do a lot more things with the facial features and stuff. And therefore, that's why they've changed him to like the character. Didn't he originally look 8-bit? Yes. So he went from 8-bit to a 16-bit version to now like a full feature film version. So it's almost like it's been a nice progression. So we should see Donkey Kong emoting a lot more and doing more things with his face than we've never seen before. Kev Bayliss, not Alex Trousers. No, not Alex Trousers. No. And it's Alex Trowers, who was a guest last year, not Alex Trousers, as I accidentally once said. Luckily, not at Timeless, though, because that would have been really bad. I would have literally been caught with my pants down. There you go. Terrible joke, I know. We'll move on. So hold on. It was 8-bit, 16-bit, but no 24-bit. I don't know those things. So question is, do we think they should have changed Donkey Kong? And I'll ask chat this and Emzy and Dave. Or do you think it's great? He's going to do more stuff. It's probably going to make him look funnier, look more hacked.
Well, I went to the Switch 2 event in London, so I actually played the Donkey Kong game for a long while.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I think I got to play like 30 minutes actually of the Donkey Kong game. Like it was the first thing I played actually, like after they did like a Mario Kart introduction, and then we went in. Yeah. And the next game that I sat down to play was Donkey Kong. I'd never played Donkey Kong in my life. No one's going to be disappointed. It's actually so fun. He does so much. He is very expressive. He has emotion and action. And honestly, they've made the right decision. It's a really, really, really fun game. So, and I didn't notice anything bothering me about the design. If anything, I thought the design of the whole game as a whole is really quite fantastic, and it's not even my kind of game, but I was thoroughly impressed.
I'm actually more excited for that game than I am Mario Kart.
Honestly, I think I enjoyed it more. Like Mario Kart, but this Donkey Kong game, I was getting to I could break nearly everything that existed in the world, which was really, really freaking cool. When I was talking to the guys, they just haven't done anything like that with Donkey Kong, where you can mess the whole place up if you want to.
Nice. Oh, because you can dig down and stuff and move
You can
around.
dig down, you can sideways, you can smash pretty much everything.
Yeah. There you go. Hogo TV, hello. How you doing? Good to see you there. Some people are like, we ain't fussed, couldn't care less, just want to play the game. That's fine. Some people said, wasn't quite sure on the choices, but now, did Emzy have DK still an ambulance to break everything?
Thought about it. There's no ambulances in Donkey Kong universe. You can't be saved there.
No. It'd be like a hammock that would carry injured people off, wouldn't it? That'd be what it'd be. A banana hammock. Here you go. Yeah, Donkey Kong likes to smash everything, but also there was a Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, different platform though. Talk about getting a theme here: break things and mess things, run people over in an ambulance. Reoccurring theme of tonight's show. Thank you to our sponsors, the ambulance service, I guess. There you go. Just both of those characters like they smash everything. Exactly, yeah, they do. Also, totally awful plug here, but if anyone is going to the Format Fashion event on Friday, Jesse is going to be there. There is a timeless stand there, and you can actually play the Donkey Kong Returns HD, which came out in January, on our stand, along with the new Doom and Tekken 8 and a load of retro games. So if you are going to that fashion event, go see Jesse if you want to find out more about Timeless, blah, blah, blah. Shameless plug. He will be there while I'm gallivanting off at TwitchCon. So you go. You can play that. We unfortunately don't have the new one because it comes out in July, but we'll try. Maybe we'll have that at Format. That's a good thought, actually. There we go. Anyway, so there we go. Moving on. Don't look forward to that game. Let's do our next... I feel like I've missed a load of stuff out here. I probably have. Let's actually, do you know, we're going to move on to our next news story. I'm going to, because I've realised I've messed my own show up. Because we've got 4 news stories to get through. So somehow I should have dropped
professional as ever.
Professional as ever, and 218 shows and still going strong.
One day you'll get it right.
One day. Now there's
One
a dream.
day.
There's a dream.
Yeah.
To do a good show, yeah. This is all to do with. Do you know what? I don't really class this as news. This is just kind of something that happened that crops up. But there's an actor, a young actor. His name is Mohammed Ben Amour. If you don't know who he is in the new series of Star Wars Andor. And he was also in the first series. He's got a lot bigger part in this one. And he's a massive gaming fan. And while they were interviewing him for Star Wars Andor, that's obviously coming to Disney Plus and everything, he said one of his favorite games of his childhood was Star Wars Battlefront 2. And he has logged over 469 hours on PlayStation alone on that game, which is impressive, right? And he turned around and said, well, they said, well, what Star Wars game do you want next? And he just went, I just want a Battlefront 3. Battlefront 3. I was like, okay, yeah. Because that game is now fairly old, but it's still up there in the Steam things. Like, it's one of the most played games of time and stuff. Now, obviously, EA had the key to all Star Wars games up until a couple of years ago. And then anyone can make a Star Wars game because obviously Ubisoft brought out Star Wars Outlaws and there's a load of other Star Wars games being made by different studios now. So it might not be EA that makes Battlefront 3. Another studio could come along and make it. So the question is, do we want a Battlefront 3? And this is for chat and I guess. And do we want EA to do it or do we want someone else to do it? Because I know there was a bit of controversy when EA did the second one. It's microtransactions.
Tried to shove a load of those in, didn't they? Didn't go down well.
Yeah,
I'd love to see a third one. Love to see a different company do it, not a AAA company. I'd like to see a AA one do it. I think they'd probably be a bit better. Yeah, they would try and monetize it too much. So that'd be good. Maybe we'll have to see.
Yeah, someone else to do a Star Wars Battlefront 3 would be better. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, some of the Star Wars games have been good. Like the Jedi Survivor ones were great, and that I like them from Respawn, which is obviously part of EA. But then, I'm going to say this: we actually played the new DLC for Star Wars Outlaws last night. I liked Ubisoft's take on Star Wars Outlaws.
I like Star Wars Outlaws.
It was a perfect.
And I've never played another Star Wars game, and I wouldn't want to play. Like, they're not for me, but that Star Wars Outlaws felt like it was for anybody.
It was cool. We said it was one of those things where it was a perfectly decent game. I wouldn't say it was a great game. Didn't make our top 15 games of the year, but if you play it, you'll enjoy it. And I enjoyed the DLC last night, and I'll probably, whenever I get some time off, which is probably like in 2047, I'll probably finish the DLC with that. So yeah, we'll try that. Also, I'm not sure if you saw, but earlier, Metro 2033 is actually free until the end of today. So if you've never played that, go get that. What's it free on? Let us know. Any bargains? What was the ship battle one that flopped? Oh, that was an EA game. Was that Squadrons?
I don't think that did that well, which is a shame. That was a pretty good game.
Apparently,
yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, apparently it was a really good simulator, but because it was more of a simulator and stuff, it had a really high level entry point. Like it was quite difficult to get it right. So it's almost like playing a flight simulator. Squadrons, thank you. Squadrons, yes, Squadrons. So it didn't do well and it didn't sell well. But I know people who played it who actually really enjoyed it. But it was like a proper simulator. There you go. His childhood, the Battlefront reboot only came out, checks notes, a decade ago. Yeah, well, he was 12 when he was playing it. Like, he said he was 12.
We're just old, okay, everyone?
Yeah, we're old, yeah.
Far too old.
2047 Timeless is only 22 years away.
Start the countdown clock now.
I know what you're thinking of. Timeless. They're going to wheel me on stage in a wheelchair. I am not old for once. There you go. Oh, it's on Xbox. Clarified. Xbox. There you go. It's free. So there you go. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. There you go. Anyway, so there's a bit of news that was pointless, but a bit of fun. But there you go. Mag will still dance. I will probably, I'll do that thing where I wheel me in the wheelchair, but I'll still get out for the Just Dance and have a little bop and then get back in the gym.
We have seated songs. You don't even need to get out the wheelchair.
That's all right, then. Just do that. Would it technically be timeless if Mag is 80 years old? Geez, I'll be 69. You'll only be 65. That's timeless 2067. Oh, God. Okay, yeah. God, I'm going to be 65 in... Oh, God.
Doesn't bear thinking about, does it?
19 years. Well, that's the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm so depressed.
We're all running out of time. We've got to go.
We're running out of time. So thanks for tuning in. Bye. There you go. Right, our final two games of the night. Let's go with this one. Both these games came out on Friday. This is a remaster. This came out on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. And this, ladies and gentlemen, and I know I'm going to ruin the name of this, is Onimusa 2 Samurai's Destiny Remastered. If I got that wrong, please correct me in chat. Let's go for the trailer for this.
Capcom. Demons wield the power to rule the world. Oni are the desperate scream protecting mankind. Onimusa 2 Samurai's Destiny. The year is 1573. Japan's states are at war after his family was killed by a demonic Nobunaga Oda. Jubei Yagyu vows revenge and sets out on a journey to slay him, using the powers of the Oni.
Nobunaga!
Demons are hideous monstrosities that have existed since long before the birth of mankind. They attack Jubei and his friends relentlessly, no matter where they go. When a demon is destroyed, it leaves behind souls. These can be absorbed to recover health and magic power, enhance gear, or even turn into an Onimusha. Attack a demon just as it's about to hit you, to perform a powerful critical strike. This releases more souls. The key to victory is to decide whether to risk your life for great rewards, or to maintain a steady offense. Charge your strength to unleash special attacks. Use magic power to unleash mighty magic attacks. Jubei has 4 allies who sometimes fight with him and sometimes against him. The story unfolds depending on the bonds you build along the way. In the story, you'll also get to play as Jubei's different allies. Present your allies with gifts to change your affinity.
I don't know how this works, but this is really neat.
Observe their reactions to find out what they like and deepen your bonds. A good friend will prove useful in times of need. Try the new Hell difficulty mode. Survive a battlefield where only one hit will take you out. Can you overcome the fear of instant death and defeat Nobunaga? Reclaim your destiny! Onimusa 2, Samurai's Destiny.
My name is Gogan Dantis, the greatest swordsman of all demons.
Can we get on with this?
Exactly what I wanted to say about that trailer.
Yeah, it went on a bit, didn't it? Not the most inspiring trailer we've seen tonight, that's for sure.
Go on then, Dave. Tell us about this one. I don't care.
Well, yeah, this is a remaster of the PS2 original, made back when most of Capcom's games were the sort of static camera type games, like you had in the original Resident Evils and Dino Crisis games. The original Onimusa were the same style of game, but more action focused than survival horror. I never got around to playing the early games in the series. I thought they looked quite cool. Trailer doesn't really make it seem cool. That we just watched the trailer made it seem a bit cringy in places, a little bit dull. But for anyone who liked the games way back when, at least it's another chance to play them with them looking a little bit nicer, spruce up the graphics a bit, added a few new things in, like new difficulty modes, galleries, soundtrack you can listen to, etc. All the usual sort of stuff. So you got that there, which is nice bonus. But yeah, that was it. Let's move on, shall we? Something a bit more exciting.
Yeah, there you go. Ryan, hello, welcome. Good to see you. Loads of people like, oh, this looks terrible. I feel the last sentence, can we just get on with this, is very telling. The games are good. Just play the games. Don't watch this trailer, everyone's saying. So yeah, so ignore this trailer. This trailer is not selling this game, apparently. Emzy, your thoughts on this god-awful trailer?
I don't think I've ever seen a Capcom trailer I actually like.
Okay.
I think all their trailers are just... They never do well for the games, though. Some of the games are good, but then Capcom just make them seem a bit cringy and awkward. It's not my kind of game, to be honest. I wouldn't pick it up, and I think if you're going to remaster something, give me a bit more. So like now, I kind of always like compare it to like Tomb Raider getting its remaster.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not going to that effort with it, why are we doing it?
No, I agree.
It just feels for really low effort remaster,
Yeah.
I'm trying to say they already were like, it's PS1, right? Like,
yeah, a lot of people were saying it's PS1. Like, what did they change? It doesn't look anything different. But let's have a look at some of the scores, folks. Manic says an 8. Dag says 7.5. Dave says a 1.5. Gozzo says a 7.5. Get your scores in. Also, I say Manic said I would say a 7 for the time being for this one. Get your scores in. iQual 7.5. Flame 7. Everyone's kind of sticking around 7. AstroTurf, I'll change to a 7 after hearing the game is all right, but the trailer was still abhorrent.
That's the one.
Abhorrent. I've just learned a new word. No, I'm not kidding. Mag goes to school. Learns words. Drawn
get your word of the day toilet paper, mate. You'll learn plenty.
Give one of those, calendars. 7. Jenny says 6. Kindred says 6.5. Hogo says I'd give it a 7.5. I mean, saying horrible sounds easier than whatever that was. Abhorrent equals really bad. Thank you. I will use that in my day-to-day teachings. I know. Mrs. V's like, I don't know what to score this. Dave, score, please.
7.
7. Okay. Emzy, score, please.
I'm going to go 6.5.
6.5. Okay. Chat, last chance. This is Onimusa 2. Something remastered. I can't be bothered to read the title out with this one. Came out on Friday on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Mrs. V says 6.5. I can tell you that this got... There's no justice in the world.
Well, the game review is okay this week. Someone needs to sit them down and have a word.
Yeah.
I'm a bit worried about them.
I'm wondering if they were all smoking something. Not saying what.
There was some good stuff by the look of it.
Yeah, clearly. Yeah, 7.5. My missus is looking forward to playing it. She's already bought it. Well, there you go. I think if you loved the first one, you'll probably love this. If you like Emzy and me, just like you're not.
I have no nostalgia towards it, but if you have the nostalgia, I'm sure it's a lovely experience to play.
Yeah. Is it opposite day because of what? Yeah, I possibly opposite day. But there you go. Everyone who said 7.5, congratulations. Walker, hello, all the way from Australia. How are you doing? Good day. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Our last game of the night, I'm going to let them all do the shout outs. Congratulations if you got that right. And I'm going to say, for everyone that's got shout outs, please do click that link and give them a follow, because these wonderful people spend the time to watch the show week in, week out, that me and Dave painstakingly, well, it's painstaking watching me anyway, at least, Dave puts together. But thank you so much for your support. So please do give these wonderful people who get the questions right, go click that link and give them that same love back. We appreciate it. Let's move on. Last one, because I realise we're running over now, because I somehow had a midlife crisis in the middle of the show. So this is our last game of the night. This also came out on Friday on PC and PS5. And this is called The Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon. You'll be happy to hear this trailer is 1 minute less than the last one.
Would have broken my people.
I write only letters to boys.
Me? Of course I'm human.
He was the fire that forged order from chaos. The will that carved a path through darkness.
I am Arthur Pendragon. I led humans to Avalon shores. I built the great halls of Camelot.
He was the man beneath the crown. He was the voice that doubted. The heart that still beat beneath the weight of legend.
I need to save this realm. This is my vow.
There you go. Apparently, it's also out on Xbox. I didn't have that on my notes, so there you go. So this is actually on Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC. So there you go. This looks cool, but everyone's asking, is this a VR game or is it not?
It looks so VR.
It looks so VR, but obviously it's on platforms that are not VR. So
no, I don't believe it's got any VR to it. It's a bit like the Elder Scrolls games. That's what these guys are going for. That type of big open world RPG game. This one's set in. It's using the King Arthur legend, to sort of create its world. I think your character is one of those named as prisoners, a bit like from sort of like Skyrim. One of these named as prisoners who seems to have great power within them and seems to get charged that help save the world. This is sort of set 600 years after King Arthur was around.
Okay.
After he formed the land of Avalon, or escaped the land of Avalon. I forget how it went. But when people escaped to Avalon, they were escaping some sort of strange disease that was affecting the lands, and I think that disease is meant to be sort of coming back into the world. When you're playing, so you've got to try and find a way to stop that. You'll get to obviously create your own character like you do in Skyrim, and then kind of do what you want in the game world. Follow the main quests, go off and find lots of other different ones. Come up with different ways to play. Be a stealth archer. Go, use magic. Use main melee weapons, swords and axes, and all that sort of fun stuff. I think it looks quite nice, actually. Definitely a much better trailer than the previous one. Way more interesting. I think it looks like it might be quite cool to play.
Emzy, did this pique your interest?
Yeah, I think I would actually be interested. I was secretly hoping it was VR because it looked so VR, and it would have been pretty damn cool if it had been, because it's just got a lot of elements that felt that way. But I'd still be interested in playing it and seeing how it is.
It looks really cool. Apparently, there's a demo on Steam. Thank you, Danka.
Oh,
cool.
So go check out. There's a demo. I like the look of this as well. This looks pretty damn cool. Okay, folks. Let's see what people are saying in the scores. Let's go. Dave says a 7.5. Drawn Unicycle 8.5. Danka 8. I like the fact that Walker said it's the voices in my head in this game. That was hilarious. Gozzo said 8. Flame said an 8. Ryan says a 9. Manic says a 7. AstroTurf says looks like a good one, an 8. I like the fact, Hogo said Todd Howard just spat his coffee out in rage. I thought that was a good one as well. Kindred 8. Reminded me a bit of Blade and Sorcery a bit. It did, didn't it? Not my type of game, says Walker, but I give it an 8.5. Jenny 9. Hogo 8.5. Mrs. V 9. iQuail 8. Emzy, give us a score, please.
8.5.
8.5. Okay. Dave, what say you?
8.
8. Okay. Last chance, people. This is Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon, which came out on Friday, just gone, on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series XS. Wasn't in my notes, but it's on the trailer, so we'll take it as a given. Jenny says it's probably got a 4 or something from the reviewers. Yeah, knowing tonight's show, the way it's going. M says an 8. If there are no more scores, I can tell you that this got a 7.5. What is going on tonight?
I think there's something wrong with the reviewers. Somebody needs to talk to them real bad.
Yeah. Let's sack them and get some replacements.
We could do it. The three of us could do a better job.
Yeah, we'll
do it. Could do a better. Us and the chat, we'll do a better job. We'll review games. So there you go. Congratulations to everyone who did get it right. Dave Johnson just shouted himself out. I've got no idea if he got it right or not. He did get it right. Well done, Dave. You should have let me do your shout out. Anyone else get it right? Is it only Dave Johnson that got it right after all this?
Fair play to him.
What a way to end the show. Oh,
everyone went too high, didn't they?
Okay, Manic says if we all say 7.5 now, he can shout out. No, you can't do it afterwards, Manic. It's not how it works. Time to replace the scores. Yeah, let's sackle the reviewers. Hurrah for Dave. Yay. No, Jenny, don't you start as well. No, this is not how it's going to work. This is not going to become a thing on the show. You guess the scores before we announce them, not the other way round. Oh, now he's shouting out Jenny. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, rogue in the camp. Our final news story, and this will probably please a lot of people. I know it'll please Dave because this game was one of his game of the years, and the DLC was in his top 5 games last year, and this will please Emzy. It's happening, people. There was rumours. George R.R. Martin stated last year that it's highly likely that there's going to be an Elden Ring film, and then he hinted before Christmas that it was happening, and now it has been announced. It is happening. A24, who are known for a lot of their horror genre films and stuff, are the people that are running it. But not only is George R.R. Martin still kind of involved as a producer, which, to be honest, doesn't mean a lot, I'm going to say, but it has got some really big talent directing the film, and that comes in the form of Mr. Alex Garland, who you may remember did Ex Machina, Dread, 28 Days Later, Sunshine, to name a few. Also the new, is it 28 Years Later film that's coming out later this year. So a high caliber writer and director doing this. I'm not the biggest of Elden Ring fans. I'll be honest. I've not really played the game. It's not my kind of thing. I'm excited for this. I think they could do a really good Elden Ring film. And what are people's thoughts in chat? And ask. We'll go with Dave and Emzy because they're the Elden Ring fans as well. There you go.
I mean, considering how most video games and film adaptations go, I have to remain cautious about this one because it's rare you get really, really good stuff. But I kind of hope with the director that they've got there, because he's done lots of good stuff, that hopefully we'll get something decent. I mean, it's a bit of an interesting one to like turn into a film because it hasn't got a huge amount of narrative to it. You're mostly learning things by picking up items and reading descriptions of them to like pick up the lore. So maybe they'll base it, back in like the history of the world where a bit more's going on instead of just your characters coming in when everything's got destroyed. Really, that could be interesting.
Let's see what before I ask Emzy, let's see what the chat is. And Ryan's like Elden Ring movie, so excited. I'm gonna cry if they miss this up. AstroTurf says it's AA24. Definitely have to give it a watch. They've put out some really good films on AA24. Kindred, as long as he's not writing it, we will get it released this century. George R. Martin is not writing it. It's technically Ryan Stark said they better get the lore down. It's so easy to mess up. I like this one. Gozzo says, I hope it's not Mila Jovovich in the movie. And what could we see in there? Could be a game movie. Well, let's face it. If it's Mila Jovovich, that means her husband, Paul W.S. Anderson, is in it. He's not attached to it. They can carry on ruining other Capcom game-related films. Big up Paul W.S. Anderson and his wife, Mila. There you go. Do I have to keep starting it from the beginning again every 5 minutes? Can you imagine if that's what the film is? I will hold on my excitement until I see his official trailer. I know they've announced the film, the next director. We don't know how far this off is. This could be a couple of years yet before we even see. She is a buzz killer. She was good in other films, but now I'm going to say this. I do like Mila Jovovich. She has done some really good films, but it seems to be all the films that she does with her husband are bloody awful. But hey, she makes a living out of her husband, so why not? There you go. But yeah, everything she's been in it. That Monster Hunter film was god awful, but let's not even go there. That was the worst of the bunch. But there you go. Let's remember her for The Fifth Element and stuff like that. She was good in that. There you go. Anyway, Emzy, your thoughts?
Well, I'm glad that it's the people who worked on things like 28 Days Late is actually one of my favorite films that I've ever watched. Like, I actually really love that movie, and I think it's really good. And the sequels from it have also been so far very good. With the new one coming out, which apparently is from early looks, like also very good. Yeah. So I have faith. I am curious, like you say, what it's actually going to be about, because it would be weird to just follow the game storyline, because you kind of have to side quest constantly in a movie, and I don't think you can side quest in a movie. My main quibble is always, at least make the costumes good, and if you can't make the good costumes, please get cosplayers to make the costumes, because I'm sick of game-based movies not giving us costumes like the Borderlands movie. Really disappoints me with how they do a lot of the costuming, and I just can't live through that again with Elden Ring, because the Elden Ring character designs are so good. Yeah, they really got to step up their game to get that. If they can do a really good job and get their eye to detail on it, I think that could be good. But I like the sound of this. There's potential.
There's potential. As and when we know more, we'll talk about it on this very show.
Fingers crossed, it's good.
Fingers crossed. I wish we could have a Bloodborne movie now, or Dark Souls would be a banger. Maybe it could still happen. You never know. Just don't let Yui Bowl get his hands on it, and
God, no.
He's done some awful game adaptation. I think he's retired now. Thank God. But there you go. Anyway, so you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was our show for you. That's the end of the show. Woo! There we go. Thank you so much to everyone. Just Dance movie ensemble cast.
There are actually plenty of rumors that there is a Just Dance movie in the works that are just not confirmed. So
can you get a cameo? Can you be in it?
If they don't invite me to be in it, I'll cry.
If they don't invite you to be in it, or even just like a cameo, right? We're gonna march down to Ubisoft headquarters and give them a load of shit. There goes my Ubisoft partnership. Justice for Emzy. Yes. Anyway, on that cliffhanger, that has been our show. Thank you so much. No, that doesn't count. High School Musical does not count. There's not just that is a dance movie. It's not a Just Dance movie. There you go. Dave quits before I get arrested at the Ubisoft thing. Hey, it's only gone if they don't invite it. True. But they should. Ubisoft execs and film execs should be listening. So thank you so much. Thank you to our chat as always, and thank you to the mods for keeping an eye on things and doing all the shout outs. Can we get a load of shout outs for the wonderful Emzy Leigh? Please go follow her on everything because she is awesome. You will be Emzy will be at that sounds weird. There you go, spam the chat. Emzy will be at Timeless. She'll be at MCM Comic-Con, possibly maybe Birmingham, probably more likely London as well. She's going to be at Format. She's going to be at Paris Gaming Week. Did I get that? Yep. And probably a ton of other stuff that she can't announce yet. But if you want to know where she is and you want to get involved with the different types of Just Dance events, go check out all her socials and go watch her because she streams normally on a Tuesday and a Sunday. If I got that right.
You did get that right.
I did my homework for
tired.
There you go. TwitchCon soon. Yes, literally. Are you going, Ryan? I'll see you there. Yeah, I'll see. I'll talk about that in a minute. So yeah, thank you. Big shout out to Emzy. Thank you so much. As always, the co-host who knows a must, Dave. Thank you so much for your time.
Always a pleasure, mate.
Thank you for being a fountain of knowledge as always. We'll be back on next week. It'll be my first stream back after TwitchCon. Our guest is another wonderful guest from Times is the wonderful YouTuber DJ Slope, who's a fountain of knowledge as well. So we're going to pit him up against Dave. But Slopes is always good. He's a lovely guy. And he'll be there. And he does some fantastic documentaries on YouTube, not just on gaming, but on theme parks and other stuff. And scams as well, which is really cool. So that's that. For those who are going to TwitchCon, hope to see you there. Come and say hi. I am running some of the networking events at TwitchCon. I'm officially working TwitchCon this year, especially for the UK creators. You will see me there. Come and say hi on the Saturday and Sunday. Also probably doing the horror meet and other things. But please do come and support us. Myself, Dee, who runs the London Twitch meet, and people from the Cardiff Twitch meet are doing a panel at 1:45 on the Sunday in Twitch Talks. It's the first time I'm ever speaking at TwitchCon. Come and say hi. We're talking about how to basically go to gaming events and network and make friends or contacts. And that's what we're going to be talking about. So don't know why they asked me to do that. I know nothing about gaming events. So there you go. That's going to be fun. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's go see who we can raid. I'll do this very quickly because I know we've overrun, and my apologies to Dave and Emzy and everyone else. Ryan, I will see you there, my friend. I will see you there. Come and say hi. Let's see who we can raid. Going to do a quick raid, and of course my stream deck goes really slowly. Oh my life! Just going to find someone. Don't forget, we are back on tomorrow, 8:30. I have a very special sponsor stream for a new piece of software that's coming out. Not going to say what it is, but you'll be able to play games with me and share my games. So we're going to have a community night where we can play some games that I own, but you don't. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Very special sponsor stream. And then if we get time, we're going to play some Fast Penguin, which everyone can play. Let's go for Good Night Magpies. I like the fact that my community is now called Magpies. That's insane. Right, let's go for, do you know what? A good lad playing a bit of Fortnite. The wonderful Fungicide. I rated him in donkey's years. A lad from Bury in Manchester. Get in. He's wearing some. He looks awesome in his shades. Let's put that. If the raid doesn't go over, there's go. I was just playing Fortnite, but there you go, Ryan. You can join him. He's such a nice guy. That raid will start when the end credits are rolled. Thank you so much. And all that leaves for me to say is, wherever you are in the world, have a great morning, great afternoon, or great evening. And I shall see you tomorrow at 8:30, or maybe at TwitchCon, or maybe at some other event. Who knows? But from us all here, we do that thing where we wave and I try and find the right button to end the stream. Thank you so much. Good night. Bye.